illegal ham in the face. But bro, where's the banjo?
Some Cleveland sports shows try to give you hot takes, but only one can give you a big old piece of hot ham. Welcome to Illegal Ham to the Face. Talking all Cleveland sports. And don't forget our Fat Boy Tuesday, where we also ham it up with some fun food topics. Without further ado, let's serve up some ham. Here are the Ham Boys, Fatty, and Big Bry.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome on into a Thursday edition of Illegal Ham to Face. And yes, you have Fatty here. Bry, he is not kidnapped. He is in his new house. So we're trying to get the logistics down, but want to thank everybody for coming in and watching us tonight. I know it's not our normal Tuesday. Had some things pop up with myself, and then with Brian moving and everything, we just decided we weren't going to cancel the show, but we had to kind of move some things around. And tonight's going to be a stripped down version. It's not going to be your normal Legal Ham to Face. We're not doing trivia tonight. We're not doing top three. We're not doing food tonight. Brian and I have not talked since before the bye week of the Browns. And we got a lot of Brown stuff to catch up on. James is in here tonight. James, thank you for joining us tonight. So this is going to be all fat, all Browns, and just going over everything that has happened the past couple weeks, because I haven't got to talk to you, Brian. I've got to talk about it during the bye week shenanigans with Dustin and Justin, the Juice and the Bald Man, which was, I don't know if you watched that, but it was pretty funny watching them.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Plus, it's always nice busting Juice's balls because, Cowboys suck like us. So that's a bonus.
I don't know if they suck as bad as we do.
No. So, Brian,
after this past week.
So I'm going to ask you some questions. I'm going to get your opinions on things before we get into the Jets game. During the bye week, we had news that, guess what? Kevin Stefanski is giving up play calling again. It's going to go to Tommy Rees. We also got news that finally the ding dong, the witch is dead. Paul DePodesta is gone. And for Colorado Rockies, hey, didn't hit that 100 mark. 99 losses in one time.
No, he was there. He was there at the Jets game, I guess, reportedly. So
well,
as far as I'm
100.
Yeah, it's 100 losses.
Nothing like having that many seasons, and Jesus God. So, Brian, first off, what did you think about Stefanski giving up the play calling to Tommy Rees? And then also your thoughts on Depot finally getting out of here, and hopefully we can do something with this team in his absence.
It was a little strange on both fronts, I guess. Not so much that it happened, but just the timing of it, I guess, with Stefanski giving up play calling. It just kind of screams desperation, but that's kind of where the Browns are at. We saw it last year. What's strange to me is it's a desperate move, but like the fact that he chose to give up play calling rather than trying a different quarterback. Like he's telling about how we have to get better. That's his key line in all of his press conferences. Well, we just have to get better. We're going to look at everything. We're going to try whatever we can try, except for changing quarterbacks. And so just the fact that he's sticking by Gabriel as much as he is, and maybe they had a plan at the beginning of the season, and they're just going to let Gabriel get X amount of starts and then move on to Shedeur. Because don't forget, the season's half over. So maybe in their minds they think, well, if we go to Shedeur now, we can't go back to Gabriel. And so we want to give Gabriel the same amount of starts as Shedeur or vice versa. So, yeah, the fact that he gave up play calling was a surprise because, Tommy Rees hasn't called plays ever in the NFL. And he's given up his play calling abilities and what he's supposed to be good at and an expert at after, 7 games, something like that. But he's just trying something, which I commend him for. In my mind, you change the quarterback before you give up play calling to somebody who's never called plays before.
Well, also, Brian, what I thought of it when it happened at the time is first off, we know why he did last year, why he changed the play calling over to Dorsey, because it was finally, hey, asshole, you guys wanted this guy here for Deshaun Watson. He's not part of my system. He's not following my system. And kind of, I wouldn't say threw Dorsey under the bus, but we know what happened there. With this one, though, I wanted to, and Justin says he's giving up play calling, so he has somebody to blame. I think he realizes all the blame is on him right now. So he can't really say that, it is all in that. But, what shocked me is 2 years in a row. And Brian, what I think he's trying to do is just get a fresh set of eyes on it. He's down on the field. He's not up in the box. So you got Tommy up in the box now, overlooking the field, seeing it. So he's trying to figure out things. And plus with Tommy, who is, and they brought it up on, multiple shows, but Tommy was the one that worked with the young guys, worked with Shador, worked with Gabriel during the training camp and all that stuff. I think the move could be good for the Browns because finally it could get a fresh set of eyes on this, Bry, and maybe do some wrinkles and things that Stefanski's not seeing or he's blind to right now. Because it did look different during the Jets game. I'm not saying that the offense was stellar, but it was different. I mean, it was not your normal play calling and not a Kevin Stefanski normal call. So I just don't know why, as a head coach / play caller, is it so hard for them to give up the play calling? I know that's like his bread and butter and everything else, but Bry, the way this team is playing right now and the blunders that are everywhere on this team, not only special teams, not only offense, some on defense too, you almost need that coach that is a Vrabel, that is a Dan Campbell, that is just a fired up, trying to get this team to do something and not just a stoic figure on the sideline holding a Denny's menu. So I was kind of hoping to see more of that from him, but I didn't. I mean, am I wrong on this, Bry? Is just having a fresh set of eyes, being able to change something for this team?
Yeah, I think there's something to be said for that. Just trying something different. We don't know what goes on behind the scenes. Maybe this came down from above. We'll never know that. Like I said, to me, it's a desperation move for the organization, but maybe there's a chance it's a desperation move for Kevin Stefanski. Like, what I'm doing isn't working. We have to start winning some games. Clearly, we need a defensive spectacular performance to win any of these games. That's how our 2 wins have come this year, because defense played lights out and got turnovers and made big plays. So maybe he's just like, if we can just get one more touchdown, then maybe we might have something. In the first half, they scored 17 points. So I think that was starting to trend in the right direction. And then the second half, it looked like kind of our offense that we've been watching all year, to where the other team makes these adjustments and then we can't adjust to the adjustments. And how we end up with, hey, we scored 20 points, we should have a parade. But yeah, I mean, and what it all comes back to is you're hamstrung by your quarterback. And if we had a capable quarterback, we would probably look better. How much better? I don't know, because we're seeing the difference in Joe Flacco from Zach Taylor, Kevin Stefanski to Zach Taylor. So I know there's other factors that go into that, but the fact that Flacco just looked like he was totally washed in this system, and nobody wants to hear the Deshaun Watson argument, but is there a chance that maybe Kevin Stefanski ruined Deshaun Watson? I know he's the big bad guy who got all this money and did these terrible things off the field, allegedly. But I think that's covering Stefanski's butt, because everyone just blames Deshaun Watson for everything because he's this terrible person who's not good at football and not what we traded for. Is that a Stefanski thing? I don't know. a lot of quarterbacks we've had have looked better when they get away from Stefanski. And we can bring up Baker Mayfield, certainly Joe Flacco this year.
I think Joe Flacco is a special case because when you got an alpha number one wide receiver and pretty much another alpha number one wide receiver,
I agree.
The talent there is different. And like with the Deshaun, I get what you're saying. But if that's the case, Brian, when Flacco came off the streets, off his couch and got us to the playoffs, Flacco was lighting it up, 400 yards, 300 yards. Even Jameis Winston, when he got in and got his heart, streak going before he started doing interceptions. So we've seen it work. So I'm not going to say that, he ruined Deshaun Watson because I think Deshaun Watson pretty much did it himself.
That's what everyone's going to tell you, but we just don't know. Like, I was thinking the other day, if to put it into like today's terms and try to take the emotional and the off the field stuff out of it. Like if we traded a bunch of picks for someone like Jordan Love, and then Jordan Love comes here and he kind of looks like what Deshaun Watson has looked like, you probably would blame the coach. Like we got this great player and he can't do anything in your offense. You got to go, clearly.
See, that's the
but
thing.
Stefanski has ducked all that criticism.
I think what it is, though, is, Brian, I get what you're saying, and everybody in the NFL was saying that he's a top 5 quarterback and all that stuff at the time, and we still keep going back to Deshaun Watson, and we're going to be done after this. But, everybody sits there and says, he was a top 5 quarterback. He was a top 5 quarterback on a 4-win team. It wasn't like those could be padded stats at the end of the game. Yeah, they're not playing defense. You already got your ass kicked. You had 4 wins. Yeah, I could probably throw for 5,000 yards when they're just letting me do it. So I was never a super fan of Deshaun Watson, thinking that he was going to be the top 5 quarterback. I never. Now, this is my opinion. Now, other people thought, yes, he was a top 5 quarterback when he got here. We traded for Messiah. We got a top 5 quarterback off of 1 year. And
well, it also goes to his pedigree. He was a 12th pick in the draft. He was a national champion, a Heisman finalist. So like every step of his career in football up until he joined the Cleveland Browns, he was a great quarterback. And then joined the Cleveland Browns. Now, we don't know. It certainly seems that all his off the field issues caught up with him. And, he had bunny ears and he couldn't block out the noise when the fans started booing him. But we don't know. That's the easy excuse. That's the easy answer. Well, he just let the off-field stuff catch up with him. And so it could be Stefanski, not getting the most out of his quarterback. That could be too. But nobody's going to give Deshaun Watson the benefit of the doubt.
Oh, God, no, not here. Not here.
No.
All right, so, Brian, let's get back. Let's get off of Deshaun Watson, just like Deshaun Watson gets off of other people. Had to do one zinger. On that one.
Do I have to drink because of that? Is that a massage joke?
Yeah, well, technically, it could be.
I'll drink it.
Okay. All right, let's get into Paul DePodesta. Finally stepping away, going to the Colorado Rockies. We never know what he did here. He was the chief strategy officer. He had his hands in everything from business-wise to analytics to drafting and everything else. Wonderful statement that he put out about Deshaun Watson, and they were feeling comfortable about the guy. Brian, are you with me with let the good Lord hit you right where, or let the door hit you right where the good Lord split you on this one? Because I think, if anything, the team has gone forward now in a better position than what they did before. I never liked Paul DePodesta here. I never liked the analytics side of it, Bri. And I know analytics plays a lot in the NFL right now, but having a baseball guy be your strategy officer for your NFL team, I can't.
Jimmy, I'm sorry. I gotta jump off real quick, and I'm gonna jump back on in 90 seconds.
All right.
Thank you.
Yep. So as we were talking, just I think the whole DePodesta thing, I really do believe that the Browns are better off with this, him going to Colorado, going back to baseball. I think that opens up a lot of things for the Cleveland Browns, take a look more different. I know analytics are a huge thing in the NFL right now, but also you got to go with your gut on some things, and you have to be able to, pick players based on not numbers, but the heart of the player. Bry's back now. Give me a thumbs up if you're back, Bry. Okay, Bry's back now.
Sorry,
All good?
I forgot it was Thursday night. I had to place my pick for the Thursday night game.
Oh, you definitely didn't kick off yet.
It's a gimme. It's a gimme tonight.
Are you sure about that?
Oh
Because
yeah,
we thought we had a gimme, and didn't turn out that way.
Well, we saw a couple weeks ago the Patriots are better than the Browns. They beat the holy Baker Mayfield last week. The guy who doesn't lose any games.
All right, well, it's Baker Mayfield. Don't you be talking bad about Mayfield. All right, Brian, your thoughts on Depot?
Oh, yeah. I don't know how anybody could not see it as anything other than a positive. Everything he's done since he came here has been awful. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt a little bit, I guess, but everything that has come in the last 10 years, as long as he's been with the Browns, we attribute to other people like John Dorsey primarily. With Dorsey's drafts, Andrew Berry hasn't done much up until this draft, but it's the beginning of the end, hopefully, for this Browns regime. And as long as DePodesta was in our organization, even if we got rid of Berry, even if we got rid of Stefanski, even if we got rid of front office guys, you still had the DePodesta looming to where he's just going to fill these positions with more guys like Andrew Berry, more guys like Kevin Stefanski, not to disparage these guys, super smart guys, have tons of education, but I think we tried it to where we're just going to get really smart guys and they'll fix football problems for us. And that's not how it works in this industry. You just can't get the smartest guys. Otherwise, everyone would be getting Harvard graduates and paying them a ton of money. So, yeah, just the fact that getting rid of DePodesta, all the analytics, everything that he brings there just leaves a bad taste in your mouth. Not to say that we'll never use analytics again, but just he never proved himself in football. He got all his accolades in baseball. And baseball and football are apples and oranges. You can't rest on your laurels. He's never done it in the National Football League. And thank the good Lord that he found a better job in baseball, because who knows if Jimmy Haslam would have ever parted ways with him. We just don't know. But thankfully, we don't have to worry about that. Hopefully this kind of kickstarts the rebuild to where we can get somebody else in there. I don't even know if they'll hire a chief strategy officer again. I just feel like that's kind of like a made up position. Because that's what he did, and that's what he did best. Like I'm not convinced. It's not a general manager. It's not a head coach. It's not a role that you have to fill. So Haslam tried it, clearly did not work out, and so let's try something else.
Do you think? And now I want your opinion, because I know what my opinion is on this. Now that Depot is out, okay, and everything that has happened so far this year for the Cleveland Browns, do you think this regime is finally done here? Do you think Haslam sees the writing on the wall and says, or do you think he still has cold feet because he's had such happy feet earlier in his career of owning this team? Because honestly, for me, Brian, I said it with Justin. I want everybody fired, all the way down to the ball boy. I want to start completely fresh and just build from the bottom up, because I think that this has gone so horribly with the Watson trade, with everything else that's happened with players, with the Myles Garrett, all this stuff. Like, I think this has gone so bad, and the drafts have been so bad that I don't think you can justify bringing them back next year.
Yeah, I don't think it's a foregone conclusion that they're gone. But I've kind of come to the side that I'm almost hoping that that's the case. We've talked in the past about you get your GM, you get your coach, and you get your quarterback this offseason, and all of them are aligned. So you don't have a situation like so many young quarterbacks have where they're learning 2 systems in 3 years, or 3 systems in 2 years, and you're getting coaches that don't really like a quarterback, and it's just a mess. There's so many teams that go through it. The Bears, and now the Titans with Cam Ward is going to inherit a young franchise quarterback that they took with the number 1 overall pick, and it's not his guy.
Yeah.
And so yeah, now I'm kind of coming around to the fact that let's just get rid of him. I don't care if there's a lot of people that think Kevin Stefanski is a great coach and we're going to rue the day that he left the Browns. It's just, let's try something new. And just honestly, like, put yourself in the shoes of the players. Could they really go through what we went through last year with 3 wins, and then what we're going through this year with, who knows, 3, 4, maybe 5 wins, and then
you're getting your hopes up.
I mean, if you're going to lose to the Jets, certainly you can lose to anybody. So maybe we won't give up 2 return touchdowns. But I mean, and then you're going to go to an off season, and the players are just going to come back and be like, really? We're doing this again? It's shown over 2 years that this doesn't work. And like I said, if you get a quarterback, you might as well. I think it's bad to not let Stefanski develop him. If he's here next year, you don't do what the Titans have done and fired your head coach 6 games in before he really gets a chance to develop a quarterback. You let him, if you're going to commit to him for next year, you got to give him at least next year and probably the following year too, to really let him develop a quarterback. And so, that's why I think, I don't know. I don't even know if it's totally fair to Stefanski, because, I mean, a lot of us knew that this season was doomed back in April when your answer for quarterback was Kenny Pickett, Joe Flacco, and Dylan Gabriel, and we hoped Shedeur Sanders was going to be Mel Kiper's number 1 overall prospect, or not overall, number 1 quarterback prospect, and maybe he could save the day and give us something to get excited about. But as we've seen through the first half of the year, I mean, it was just a pipe dream. Our offense is as terrible as it possibly could be. Even though we have a couple good players, they're just not put in good situations. Like, we all kind of agree Quinshon Judkins is probably going to be a good running back. I think it's too early to say he'll be a top 5 or a top 10 guy, but he's going to be a pretty good running back. Has he even gotten 100 yards this year? I don't know.
One time.
Yeah. Like, you got guys like Rico Dowdle getting 100-yard games like consistently,
or
and
JT
people probably think
200
terrible.
games.
Yeah, right. I mean, so he's just with Dylan Gabriel, a guy who can't see over his line of scrimmage. He can't see more than 5 yards down the field. It's just, what's he supposed to do? Now, I will say, I mean, Breece Hall, man, he impressed me on Sunday, because everybody on defense knew they were going to run the ball. And I think they ran the ball probably 8 or 9 or 10 times in a row. And they just kept running it to him. And, it wasn't anything the offensive line was doing. They were giving him the ball. He was kind of stopping and looking. He wasn't like hitting the hole full speed. He was just grabbing the ball from Justin Fields and reading the defense. And then he'd make a break to the outside, or he'd make his own play. It was really unbelievable what he did on Sunday. But yeah, Judkins is a rookie. You can't count on him to be doing stuff like that. So, but hopefully next year, new offense, a new line, and a quarterback that just makes you think that he might throw the ball down the field. Because right now it's just, I don't know. I'm scared to think about the Ravens game. To be honest, it could be ugly. I don't even know if I want to watch it. It's just
but I'm
bad.
going to have to watch it because I'm going to be down at the tailgate, eating mac and cheese with everybody down there. And
you should go to the game. You can get in for $10. It's cheaper than parking.
Dude, it's cheaper than that. Eric sent me tickets for sale, $7.
$7. What do you got to lose?
Hey,
go in for half.
What I'm waiting on, Bri, is I know that they're really going to tank, and then for one time, I can actually get really good seats down in front for cheap as shit, and that's what I'm waiting on. I'm holding out hope for that because
nobody's going to give you hell for going and sitting close to the field. I don't think.
Oh no, I want to personally. I don't want to sit in the nosebleeds.
That's what I'm saying. You go sit near the field. Nobody's going to give you hell for not sitting in your seat. You just move as close as you can.
They won't check me on that?
No way.
Oh God, I love you. I'm getting a
$7. You'll have to finagle it a little bit.
Are you coming down for mac and cheese?
I don't think I can. I'm telling you, I don't even think I'm gonna watch the game. I have 3 yards that I've been neglecting now for a couple weeks. So I got to do leaves. I got to do mowing and stuff. It's going to be too good of a day. Especially the 425 kind of throws me. Just because if you're going down, it's great for tailgating and then if getting out of there. But if you're going down for the game and the game's going to last till 7:30, you're getting home at 8:30, 9 o'clock. I mean, God bless the people that work on Monday after going to like a 4:30 game because I don't know, not me, not in my old age.
Well, we don't have to worry about night games for a while. That's a bonus.
I know, right? Those are even worse. But actually, I mean, what are you excited about? What's a Cleveland fan supposed to be excited about for this game?
Dude, I am not excited, and we'll get into the Jets here real quick just a second. I'm not excited about this game coming up. The only thing I'm excited for is seeing everybody down there at Top Dog Tailgate, seeing Lauren, seeing all them, raising some money for City Dogs Cleveland, doing some mac for Mutts.
Absolutely.
Hey, bud, I'm going to take some videos down there, the mac and cheeses and stuff, so we'll show that next week on Fat Boy Tuesday, all the mac and cheeses that were there. Bri, I am doing a 5-cheese classic mac and cheese.
Ooh,
sounds
good.
Oh, dude, hey, pepper jack, a little mozzarella, a little bit of sharp cheddar.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, some Gouda.
Ooh, Gouda.
Gouda. So Brian, let's get into this Jets game. Obviously, at the beginning, the offense didn't look horrible. Jerry Jeudy finally showed up and caught some passes.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of rollouts, Bri. What you said about Breece Hall, Judkins was doing it too, just patiently back there waiting and then darting through what he could see as a whole. Judkins didn't have a bad game. Jeudy had 70 yards, which, hey, for a Cleveland Brown, woo! Right, let's light that thing up. And a touchdown. Oh, shit, he got a touchdown.
Receiver. Yeah, receiver nonetheless.
But Brian, obviously there are still things to do. I do know one person that will be getting fired at the end of the season, and if they do not fire this man at the end of the season, I don't know what they're not seeing. Bubba Ventrone. Jesus Christ. A punt return and a kick return. Back to back, Bri.
Matter of 10 minutes. 10 real minutes.
It was horrible to watch, and the defense actually played great. If you take away those 2 touchdowns, we win that game handily. They couldn't do anything.
No, they couldn't. They could not. No.
And the thing I want to bring up to everybody is how bleak this season has been, Bri. And seriously, how bleak this season has been from what we've watched. You take away the 3 special team blunders that we have had, we would have 4 wins right now.
Hard to argue. Yeah.
You take
I
one of
heard
those.
I heard a stat, not to cut you off, and then you can get back to it. But before it leaves my mind, there have been 19, I don't know what they call it, impact plays or winning plays, 19 of them on special teams. And they range from like kick return for a touchdown, punt return for a touchdown, or a block kick. And the Cleveland Browns have given up 4 of the 19 for the whole league. Like, yeah, most teams or half the league probably only has 1. And the other half has 0. We have 4. Yeah, clearly you could see that's why we lost the game.
Yeah. Chris said he should have been fired on Sunday, like immediately after the game.
Sure, hard to argue.
I agree. Bry, it was the Jets. And the thing that pisses me off most about this game, Bry, is they traded away their best 2 defensive players. They traded away their star cornerback in Sauce Gardner, and then also their star defensive tackle. So they were prime. I mean, you have 2 studs off of their defense. You were primed to do something in that game. And it just never happened, Bry. It never happened. I mean, we're still doing this little fly sweep with, I don't even know who the guy is. He played for the Jets last year, obviously.
Malachi Corley.
Yeah, I have no clue who he is. Bry, it's just every week it is getting harder and harder to watch this offense and how it does. And it's even harder when special teams gives up the blunders that they've given up. Give me your thoughts about the special teams blunders, and Bry, what do you think of the actual true game on Sunday?
Yeah, it was a major disappointment, I guess, to put it lightly. This was a game where I thought the Browns could win, and then Tuesday happened at the trade deadline, and everyone's saying, "Well, the Jets are just tanking." So I'm like, "Okay, awesome. I'm gonna invest in the Browns. I'm gonna really think that the Browns have this won." And Vegas thought the same thing. They switched. The Jets were like a 1.5 point favorites, and then it switched after Tuesday after they traded away their 2 guys. The Browns were 2.5 point favorites. So you don't see a swing like that midweek. But then, you don't factor in that. Well, the Browns are just absolutely terrible on the road. We've lost 13 in a row. We find new ways to lose these games on the road. Thankfully we didn't get blown out like we've had every other road game. But didn't commit a turnover, only gave up less than 175 yards, and we're the first team, I think, in NFL history to have those 2 statistics and lose the game. So it's just I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's frustrating as a Browns fan. We've been here before. Clearly, they couldn't do much offensively other than what Breece Hall did. And, Garrett Wilson left the game. Their other stud offensive player left the game. And I don't think he had a catch in the game. So, I mean, to go from Monday to Sunday, and the Jets are without 3 of their best players, and we still can't win. It's just, I have no answers. And watching Dylan Gabriel, he didn't look terrible. He looked terrible at times. He made some decent plays.
Right, he looks
Yeah.
Like
he makes some plays where you're like, okay, he doesn't look terrible. He doesn't look like inept out there. But then he makes other plays where you're just like, this guy's awful. He's never going to get it. And then so many times, I don't know how many sacks they had. They had to have at least 6, right? 6 sacks.
Let me check. You keep going. I'll check on that.
Yeah, including the one on the 4th down and 1 where he can't even just throw the ball up. Did he not understand it's 4th down? You're giving the ball to them, whether you take a sack or throw an interception, they get the ball. So at least take a chance. But he's acting like he has 10 seconds to throw it out there. And he's just turtling. He takes the ball, he looks at one guy, and that guy's not open. And then maybe he thinks about looking at another guy, but then he just covers the ball up because he's so afraid to turn the ball over. And, well, Coach Stefanski says, don't turn the ball over. Don't even try. So if you're feeling pressure, don't try to make a play. Just cover the ball and go down. And it works if you're Tom Brady and Peyton Manning and you do it a couple times a game because you have an arm and you have a football IQ that can get you out of 2nd and 18, 3rd and 11 or something like that. How many times were we in these really long second downs and we pick up 1 yard, 2 yards? Because you got to get at least half that back. Like, I know that. I'm an idiot sitting in my basement here, and I know that you have to do that when you're in 3rd and 18 or 2nd and 18. You got to try to you can't settle for if your goose is cooked. If you're just throwing it 2 yards down the field and you're going to go to 3rd and 14, you'll never get it. But he was just okay with it.
Yeah. I just, like I said, Dillon Gabriel to me is just like he's not going to win you a game, Bri. He might keep you in a game, but he's not going to win your game. And like you said, the blunders, and even I don't know if you heard the broadcast, they were even calling out him for like some of his passes. Like, who the hell is he throwing to? Like, the one that he threw that was the screen out to the guy that used to play for the Jets that I don't care about, overthrew him by 20 yards over his head. Like, and it was just like, it's a bubble screen. Like, you used to throw that all the time at Oregon. What the hell? But the other thing, Brian, that has pissed me off about this team is, one, it's situational football. And when you're in the 4th quarter, and it is seriously right before the 2-minute warning, and they bark you offsides, and they're trying to bark you offsides, and you still do it. That is a lack of discipline for this team. The stupid penalties at the end of the game, one by, was it Devin Bush that made the first one with a holding? And then Cameron jump at the end, and it was just, did you see Stefanski's face after he jumped on that? Oh my God, Brian, it was priceless. Like, Stefanski's sitting there, he's like, all right, he goes, we got this. And all of a sudden you see Cameron jump and he grabs his headset like this and he goes down and he goes, what are you doing? And then just walks away. At that point in time, I would have taken Cameron Thomas after that right there, Bri. I've been like, hey, here's your papers, bud. We're cutting you. You're done. Right. But hey, they don't want to hold anybody accountable. Hey, we got to do accountability here. Really? A guy seriously just cost you a game. Like right there, jumping. What did the right guard talk to him about? Did he talk to him about his mother or something? Like, it was blatantly obvious. And they were cheering. The Jets were jumping around laughing at you because you're a moron that jumped off sides.
Yeah, in the moment, those two, especially the Devin Bush one, like, Justin Fields isn't looking to throw unless the dude's wide open because they don't want to risk an incompletion and stopping the clock. So he's going to run. And everyone on defense knows it other than Devin Bush. And you had guys there to stop him. So Devin Bush didn't even have to make the tackle on Justin Fields. He just didn't have to commit a penalty. And I forget what it was, 3rd and long. Like, I don't even think his guy was running a route. Yeah, I don't even think his guy was running a route to get to the first down. He was just running a route for the sake of running a route. And the one thing you can't do, because we all knew defensive holding, automatic first down. It could be 3rd and 99, and defensive holding gives them a first down. So that was These are the kind of mistakes, that one and the Cam Thomas one. At that point, I'm like, we're losing. The game's over, regardless of what happens here. But yeah, it's in the moment. You get so fired up. You're so pissed off. I was so pissed off when those happen. But now that it's Thursday and a couple days after the game, it's like, dude, we weren't winning anything anyways. Like,
I know, but
Dylan Gabriel had maybe a 15-20% chance of going down to score a touchdown there, and that might be generous. Like,
I know, but still, there's the hope, right? That's the thing. There's the hope,
right?
And that's what we're trying to hold on to here as Cleveland fans, is the hope that something could change. And for once in 26 fucking years, that this can change, right? And it hasn't changed. And it's frustrating. It's, as a Browns fan, it is past frustrating. It seriously feels like there is a curse against us. Like, there is no way that they're sitting there going, hey, you love the NFL, right? Everybody else in the NFL has won. Everybody else, even Detroit. Look at Detroit. Detroit was a train wreck for like 30 years. And look at them winning now. But where's our winning, Brian? Where's our winning as Browns fans? What? A playoff appearance during COVID? Like, I get so frustrated because I want the hope. I want them to win. I want them to play good. And they're playing okay, and then they make the stupid mistakes that they're making. And it's like, these are mistakes that good teams don't make. Look around the NFL. They don't make those mistakes. And you guys are. You have to fix those mistakes. And for 25 years, we have not fixed those mistakes.
Well, I don't know if it's ever been more true than it is now, that good teams find a way to win and bad teams find a way to lose. Now, when you have two bad teams playing each other, you know one bad team is going to find a way to lose that game. The Jets didn't win that game. We lost it. On so many levels. You can point to a bunch of different plays that, there's a losing play. There's a losing. You can't win a game making a play like that, making a bonehead play like that. And so, that's just what's going to be. I said earlier that you almost have to be perfect. Offensively, defensively, you can still make some mistakes. Like, we weren't great on defense. I felt like, going against the Jets, but the Jets didn't have to do a whole lot because they got 14 points by their special teams. And so, but to hold them to the yardage that we did, but then, you see Breece Hall doing what he did to us. That's high school football. If you're a good defense, you can stop a pretty good running back. It's not like Breece Hall is Adrian Peterson or anything like that. He's a pretty good running back, and they just kept giving it to him, and you couldn't stop it. So, but yeah, you just can't make the huge mistakes on special teams and on offense. And we made two huge mistakes on special teams, and you can't make any bigger mistake on special teams. Two plays, they got 14 points. Yeah. That cooked you right there for a team that struggles to score 20. And like I said, 17 in the first half. I was applauding them. All right, guys, maybe Tommy Reese has figured something out. Maybe Dylan Gabriel's figured something out. Well, no, we looked as bad as we've ever looked in that second half.
I love that.
And no. Then we get down in inside the red zone, and we're down 10. Rather than being aggressive to be like, well, we're this close to the end zone. Let's just, it's 4-down territory. No, we're going to kick a field goal and just kind of kick the can down the road to where we're still only down one score, rather than being aggressive and going for a touchdown. But again, that probably speaks to Stefanski's real, true faith and confidence in Dylan Gabriel.
Mm-hmm. All right, Brian, let's close out the show. We both believe that they're going to get blown out by the Ravens, right?
Oh, yeah. For the record, I know we didn't make picks. I was all in on the Browns beating the Jets. So I'll take
I was too. I was like, as soon as I saw the trades, I'm like, here we go. They
Oh
opened the
yeah,
door for you. They opened
yeah.
the door for you to go out and just stomp on them. And
Mhm.
nope. We did. Hey, we did what Chris just said. Browns doing the Browns. That's what we did. Browns
I
doing the
hate that.
Browns.
Right. It's hard to argue.
All right. So, Bri, do you think we could keep it within single digits?
Yes, I do. Um, doesn't make sense, but the defense is considerably better at home.
Yeah, that's true.
Than,
That's
and the
true.
defense, look at all of our home games. Now, these two teams are going in the exact opposite directions. The Ravens know they have to keep winning. And so they're going to bring their A game. They're trending upwards. We're trending down towards the bottom of the league. And maybe you talk yourself into, well, maybe we can sneak up on them. But I think last year taught them a hard lesson that they're not going to let the Browns do it to them 2 years in a row. So I think, look, the NFL has figured out Dylan Gabriel because there's been hundreds of quarterbacks like Dylan Gabriel. I mean,
Mhm.
feels like 100 Browns quarterbacks: Kessler,
Right.
Kaiser.
Seriously, it feels like Cody Kessler is what it feels like.
Yeah, all right. You can't throw the ball down the field. Great. We'll put two safeties back there, and they'll have everyone else within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. And you can't beat us. You think the Jets were scared of, even if Cam Thomas didn't jump off sides, you think they were scared that Dylan Gabriel might bring them back down and lead them to a touchdown, because that's what we needed. It was a touchdown. Field goal, maybe they'd be a little concerned, but yeah, I mean, when the quarterback has to throw, at this point, we're all kind of crapping on Dylan Gabriel, and I feel bad to an extent, but he's not good enough to beat a team when they know he's going to throw.
Oh shit! Look at that. Travion Henderson scored a touchdown.
Okay, there we go. 7-0.
7-7. Justin Fields scored a rushing touchdown, so it is tied 7-7. Just beginning of the second quarter, Drake May has not done anything, so it's pretty much a Henderson. It's been a Ohio State show so far. So,
I had a bad beat against Phillips this week. I thought I had him
again.
I was projected to win by, I don't know, like 5 or 10. And then you saw the Monday night game against the Packers and the Eagles, where they put up like 17 points.
Yeah,
I had two guys in there, and yeah, they both fell on their face. So,
well, we haven't done it yet. Let's do a quick recap of the league here. Let's go to scoreboard. So, week 10 it was, correct? Week 10. All right, so you got Dog Pound kicked my ass, 131-106. Runner. Look at that, Chris, 183-105.
yeah, he's got a good team.
Honky Cat won again, 148-121. Oh, geez, Brian, that hurts. Portage County Prostitutes, 150-145. Golden Showers on Mayflowers beat up on Bills Mafia, 127-61. And always next year, Joe Bear, 166-109. I don't know if you heard us last week and watched the show. Joe Bear had like a 200 game? Like, Jesus. So, all right, so Bri, give me your score prediction for Sunday. Give me a good score prediction. Honestly feel.
Okay. Well, the fact that we're at home, like I said, I think the defense will keep you in it. Now, it's hard to know. We're in that period now where the defense, you just don't know what week they're gonna like throw in the towel. Just be like, doesn't matter what we do, we're not winning this game. This offense is terrible. I don't think we're quite there yet, especially with a division foe coming in, and I think they want to maybe make a statement against Lamar Jackson and the Ravens offense. So I think the defense will bring their A game again. I think everybody's still healthy, right? Like Sweatshirt played a pretty good game.
Yeah,
he was a little nicked up coming into it. I don't know if Alex Wright will be back. So I think if we can have most of our defense healthy, they'll keep us in it. I'll say, the Browns can't score 20. Well, they did last week. So I'll say 13. Browns 13. Ravens 24. Ravens 24-13.
Bri, I have a feeling that this is going to be a Ravens coming out party, and it is not going to be pretty.
Break our back.
I believe. Hey, Ravens 38.
Oh man,
Browns 10.
38. That would be the defense giving up. I mean, I know Lamar Jackson would be good, but
I think after the first couple touchdowns and the offense not being able to do anything, the defense just finally folds in. But I've been calling for the defense to fold in. They haven't yet, kudos to them. Mm-hmm. I thought they would have folded in probably 2 weeks ago, and they haven't yet. So kudos to them. All right, Brian, we got our score predicts. Bud, thank you for the time change, helping me out, Bud. I appreciate it.
Anytime.
We will be back next Tuesday. If you guys want to come hang out with the Fat Man down at Top Dog Tailgate there at West 3rd and Summit, right underneath the bridge, I will be there with some mac and cheese, eating some mac and cheese, drinking with a whole bunch of friends down there. So come out and hang out with me and everybody down there. And if you can, help donate City Dogs Cleveland. Near and dear to our hearts. If you can adopt a dog, please do it. But if you can't, please donate, volunteer, whatever you can do to help out a City Dog from City Dogs Cleveland. All right, Brian. Until Tuesday, bud, we will see what happens. All right, Brian, God bless him.
Yep. God bless you. God bless America. Please, I don't know if you've seen the posts from Bernie Kosar the last couple of days. He's kind of going through it. So please,
Bernie.
Yep, keep him in your prayers. He needs you. He's remarkably so positive going through such a difficult time. So please lift his name up to the Lord.
And also, we didn't say it on Tuesday. Thank you to all the veterans out there.
Amen.
Yep. Veterans Day. And, we always thank you guys, our first responders, everybody. Can't do this show without you. Well, we appreciate you guys and everything you guys sacrifice for us. So thank you to all the veterans out there, and definitely send prayers to Bernie Kosar and his family as he's going through a tough time right now. And he's documenting everything, which is crazy, Brian, because I just don't know if I could. And the positivity coming from that man is unreal.
Crazy.
So
yeah, it's an inspiration, really. Yeah.
So we're definitely uncorked. We're unloaded, and we will see you guys actually on Tuesday next week with some fun mac and cheese topics for Fat Boy Tuesday. All right. See you guys next week. Have a good night.